How's it going, guys? My name's Oliver. Today I'm going to be sharing the routine that I used in order to make my first 10 grand per month. Um, it's not going to be super complicated. It's pretty simple. I think the most important part in this routine is just being able to be consistent with it and following it every single day. So as I mentioned, it's not going to be too complex. We're going to go to my computer and I'll be sharing exactly what I did. And I'm telling you, if you're able to follow these steps, the same routine that I did, you will find success in your agency. It's only a question of time. Okay, it might be in a month, it might be in 6 months, but you will find success if you follow this routine. All right, so here we are on my computer. As I mentioned, this is the routine that allowed me to get to my income of about $150,000 per year. It's not a million, but it's getting there. The goal is to make $1 million, but it honestly worked very well for me. It's not like too difficult, but you do have to be consistent with it. So let's get started. Pretty simple. Start off the day. I normally wake up around 6 a.m. every morning. An important part for me is to start working out at the beginning of the day. I know many people don't really like doing that, but for me personally, like it really wakes me up and it gives me like a good boost of energy for the entire day. And the reason why I really like that boost of energy in the morning is that because like my day starts at 6 and then I come back home towards 9 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, that's when I start doing my cold calling, which honestly, this is the most important part in your day. Okay, this is not something you can neglect. It's something you have to do absolutely every single day. From 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., I was on the phone cold calling. Now, when I say cold calling, it's not you call one business and then you go in your CRM, you update it, you send an email, you do something else. No, it's for 3 straight hours, you cold call nonstop. That's what I did. Took the phone, dialed the number, talk with a business owner. If ever I have to send an email or something, I'll quickly give myself a note in the CRM, but I'm not going to send anything. I'm just going to keep dialing the phone. And then at the end, that's when I'm going to do my email outreach, or if I have to follow up with anyone or whatever, that's when I'm going to be doing it. But during that time frame, you have to be very strict with yourself and say that from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'm going to be cold calling. Now, if you live in a different time zone, and let's say you're targeting the USA, but you live in a different country, make sure that you start cold calling at 9 a.m. in the area where you're where you're targeting their clients. So in America, let's say. Okay, so if 9 a.m. in USA is, I don't know, 6 p.m. in your time, you start cold calling at 6 p.m. in your time. Yeah, that's very important. You have to start at 9 o'clock. Afterwards, pretty simple, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. This is where I give myself a little break. Normally I'll have my first meal of the day. I don't, that's something that I'm very bad with. I don't eat much, but I normally don't have breakfast, and towards 12 o'clock, that's when I'm going to have my first meal. And afterwards, so here from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., it's pretty much the same thing. It's a mixture of cold calling as well as meetings. Now, when I started doing my outreach, I wasn't the best at cold calling, so I struggled to get meetings. So I was mostly just cold calling. But towards the end, when I started getting the hang of things, it was more so meetings. So all of my meetings, I would schedule them in between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Now, obviously, if the client can only do a meeting in the morning, you schedule it in the morning and you say, screw the cold calling, okay? Meetings, they take priority over anything else, all right? So from 1 p.m., 3 p.m., cold calling and more meetings. Afterwards, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., that's when I would personally work on different projects. But basically, this is just a moment for you to decompress and do something that's completely different from the agency. You can't spend the entire day working on the agency nonstop because you're going to get burnt out. Afterwards, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., I would basically just prepare my cold calling list for the next day. So if you haven't watched one of my videos, I basically explain how to prepare a list so you can cold call more effectively. So that's when I would do it, as well as work on different parts of the agency. So if I have a website to design, logo, make a PowerPoint presentation, that's when I would do it. Okay, many people make the mistake of, I have to do my logo, I have to do this, do my presentation before starting my outreach, just in case I sign a client. I have to have my onboarding funnel ready. What if I sign a client and I don't have it ready? Like, they'll tell me things like that. And to be completely honest, when you start, you're probably going to be so bad at cold calling that you're not going to be booking meetings. Okay, it's normal. So don't worry too much about having everything absolutely ready for when you start cold calling. Just do both at the same time. Okay, so just cold call and work on the other parts of your agency. And towards the end of the day, pretty simple. I would just take it easy. Normally for me, taking it easy is just watching YouTube videos, mostly on topics like similar to my channel. So basically just educational stuff. And I also like to watch like podcasts and interviews from people who have found success in what I'm trying to succeed in as well. So yeah, that's pretty much my entire day. Here's a little resume if you just want a screenshot. One important thing is when you schedule your routine, make sure you start your day with the most important things. Okay, the things that are going to bring you the most value. For me, working out is the most important thing because it gives me a huge boost in energy and it puts me in a good mood for the entire rest of the day. If I don't work out, I'm like grumpy. I'm not the same person. All right. So for me, working out is the most important thing. Afterwards, the second most important thing is doing your outreach, getting in front of potential clients. Okay, so cold calling, very important. Afterwards, you have the meetings. Okay, that's obviously very important. And then afterwards, you can work on things that are not as important. Okay, like here, your onboarding funnel and your stuff like that. It's not that important, guys. Okay, I don't have a website. I don't have a business email. I don't have an onboarding funnel. No presentation. I have nothing. And my agency is doing pretty well. All right. So don't tell me that you absolutely need those things before cold calling. That is not true. So that's my routine. It worked for me. I was able to sign all of my agency clients using this routine. It sucks. I mean, it's not fun waking up at 6 a.m. every day and doing 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours of cold calling, but this is what you have to do in order to succeed. All right. So that's going to be all for today's video. I hope this was helpful and we'll see each other on the next one. Bye bye.